It may appear dry for now, but some parts of Kenya's Baringo County are prone to flooding during the rainy seasons. This is one of the emerging paradoxes of global climate change that comes with extreme weather events, including floods and droughts. Despite an early government alert, the recent El-nino rains brought tales of agony to many parts of Kenya. Lives were lost, people displaced, and damages running into billions of shillings reported. In the case of Baringo, unlike 2013, when floods wreaked havoc across the county, with death and devastation on farmland, infrastructure, and facilities such as schools, things were different this time round.
We've engaged the county government, we've engaged the national government. Information is coming from locational level, then up to the county commissioners level. So we said, let's establish a situation room within the county governor's office. And this should act as the master seed of institutionalization of disaster risk management within the county government's establishment.
Welcome to Baringo County El-Nino Situation Monitoring Room, the hub for intergovernmental and interagency coordination of all El-Nino preparedness activities in the county. After its set up in October, the Situation Room became the melting pot for data collection, analysis, and rapid response. The presence of this room is largely the reason few cases of El Nino-related disasters were reported. The initiative was set up under the umbrella of the County Steering Group, or CSG, which is the main intergovernmental coordination organ for drought and climate-related risk management. The CSG brings together both the national and the county governments and all sector players and development agencies working within the county. The National Drought Management Authority, or NDMA, which is the government agency mandated to establish mechanisms to ensure that drought does not result in emergencies and impacts of climate change are sufficiently mitigated, provides coordination and secretariat services to the CSG. It was on this basis that the NDMA, with financial support from the European Union and its own unique position and coordination strength, spearheaded the establishment of the El Nino Situation Monitoring Room. And as evidence of just how seriously the county government took the El Nino preparedness planning, it offered to house the Situation Room right in the governor's office.
The governor actually provided for us an office space. We established the Situation Room within the governor's office for purpose of immediate feedback.
The room became a nexus around which stakeholders were rallied for enhanced monitoring and response to disasters, thus minimizing casualties and loss of property to residents of this semi-arid county. The Situation Room created synergy between the two levels of government and other stakeholders, such as non-governmental organizations involved in disaster risk management.
The Situation Room was an excellent experience. We were able to analyze the data, able to map the hazard. The ward administrators are able to come in.
Through NDMA, we've been having proper or rather frequent updates on key areas which really forms the basis of addressing or rather maybe being ready to address this kind of thing.
One person who is forever grateful, thanks to the presence of this Situation Room, is Mr. Charles Owino. He nearly lost his life after the company vehicle he was in was swept away by the raging waters of River Nolmorjo.
Kati tulifika kwa hiyo drift. Within 3 seconds, maji ilikuja flooding mingi. Ikasukuma gari ile nilikuwa naye mpaka ndani ya maji.
This is a seeming harmless seasonal river with a dry bed for the better part of the year. However, don't be fooled by this timid facade. After heavy rains in the Cabernet Highlands, the river comes to life with a roar as it bears its fangs. And it has caused untold pain to the locals as it claims everything in its way, both living and non-living. Mr. Owino and his colleagues escaped with injuries and are lucky to be alive today, thanks to swift relay of information to the Situation Room and mobilization of a response team.
Na sasa yule mtu alikuwa anapiga simu sijui sababu mimi nilikuwa ndani ya maji sijui nini iliendelea. Alifanya jambo la maana kwa maana alifanya na ikawa short time.
A few kilometers away in Mogotio sub-county, Joan Chepkwony is a happy woman. Her family has a roof over their heads, literally. The roof of the family house was blown away by strong winds during the El-nino rains. The coordination, mounted by the CSG, led by the county government and Kenya Red Cross, thanks to the Situation Room, ensured the family had a soft landing.
That first weekend, ikanyesha mvua kubwa na upepo. Nikawacha watoto wadogo kwa nyumba. Sasa nikijaribu kukuja nyumbani, nikaona watoto wakikimbia kwa mvua. Sasa wakaniambia upepo imepepa nyumba yote. Sio kwa Mrs. Jane Sokomo akafika na Red Cross. So wakaangalia, wakapika picha. Baada ya siku moja wakarudi, tukachenga hiyo nyumba tena. Mpaka saa hii imesimama. Tunawashukuru sana.
So how does the Situation Room operate? The CSG mapped out the hazards in the county and areas at risk. The main hazards identified during the El Nino alerts were floods, cholera, and landslides. A data capture sheet was developed and sent out simultaneously by the Governor's Office and the County Commissioner and passed on downwards through the national and the county government structures to the local level. Residents were sensitized to report incidents to the chief or ward administrators, who in turn sent the information to the Situation Room. Upon receiving the report, the officer at the call center relayed the information to the relevant authorities together with the organizations involved in rescue and relief. The Situation Room also used social media for information gathering and dissemination. This included a WhatsApp platform on which the CSG members relayed and cross-checked situation updates.
We always get the information through our county manager, who gets the information from a WhatsApp group called Baringo, el-nino updates. Currently, the information comes quickly and it enables us to work fast. Because our WhatsApp group, it's a bit fast. You get the information firsthand, and it doesn't take long for the information to be relayed down to the people on the ground.
The CSG organized itself into sectors with lead agencies depending on the area of strength and based on the county El Nino response plan objectives of protecting lives, protecting livelihood assets, protecting critical facilities, and enhancing coordination. Once this information was conveyed to the concerned parties, they responded accordingly depending on the nature of the incident.
The Situation Room is supposed to provide real-time information on how the flood is affecting various sectors. One of the objectives of the Common Response Plan was enhanced coordination. And we thank the EU DCF fund, which is a grant under the National Drought Management Authority, which supported to establish the Situation Room and improve the coordination.
Good ideas without facilitation becomes a problem.
NDMA has done it very effectively. I don't imagine anybody or any organization who have done it better than NDMA. We are very satisfied the way NDMA has been able to coordinate all these activities.
Though the Situation Room was primarily set up for El Nino monitoring, it ended up serving as a multi-hazard monitoring room, which saw the CSG respond to 2 fire incidents in Marigat during the period. It also contributed to generation of knowledge, whereby 3 university students majoring in disaster management and community development were given opportunity to appreciate translation of theory into practice in integrating community development and understanding disaster risk in tandem with the priorities of the Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction.
The Situation Room should go beyond El Nino because we need timely information. It will lead actually to effective response. Like as we moved in, the Situation Room actually assisted in terms of once you have the information, the relevant actors respond adequately.
As the CSG laid plans for post-El Nino recovery activities, the lingering question was whether the Situation Room should close at the end of the El Nino rains. Stakeholders agreed that the monitoring room enhanced coordination and response during the El Nino rains and should be adopted as a permanent county disaster risk management center.
we still have also to really actually retain this. So that means we'll need also the resources to be able to continue operating this particular center.
The impact created by the presence of this room can be felt throughout Baringo County. Prior to the setting up of this situation room, heavy rains that were not even at the scale of El Nino would wreak havoc, cause deaths, and other challenges to the locals. Both levels of government agree that the level of synergy provided by the monitoring room enhanced them to deliver services to the citizens more effectively. Thanks to this cost-effective approach to disaster risk management and response, the locals and investors can now breathe a sigh of relief in the knowledge that when disaster strikes, help is only a call away.